Hello, welcome to the Utility Design app. This app is for people who design large public utilities and is a portal for new businesses to connect to their local utility grid with those designers. This web app is still in beta and currently only provides electric utility tooling. Today we'll walk through creating an account, starting a project, and finally connecting with a registered designer. Registering an account requires a unique username and an email address for two-factor authentication. We'll request the verification code while we input a password. If you are provided an invite code, you can use it here to load projects into the account. Finally, accept the terms, conditions, and privacy policy. Remember that this website is still a work in progress with new features in development. A tutorial is automatically enabled after creating an account. The tutorial uses a demo project to showcase the website, including premium features. If dismissed, you can re-enable the tutorials in the user profile. In the user profile, you can also manage your payments, transfers, as well as changing your email, password, and display name. In order to start a project, you must have an organization to associate with the project. An organization can manage multiple projects with multiple members to work on each. You can view your organization by navigating to it from the header menu. Each organization has a single manager to handle assigning members, billing, and brokering new projects. To add members to your organization, you can generate invite codes. You can select multiple projects and roles for your invitee, whether they join your organization, and if you want to confirm them after they use the code. You will have a short description of what will happen with the code and if you need to confirm them afterwards. An invite code can be used when creating an account or afterwards with the Join by Code button. Enter the code, then review the transfer details. If you need to be approved, let the sender know to complete your application. You can review your transfers in the Transfer History page. Find this link in the transfer window or in the user profile. Each code you have created will be listed here with each requester. If confirmation is required, you can accept and deny on this page. Let's create a new project from the home page. Write in the project name, the description, and select the project's intended utility. In this beta, we only have tools for general electric utilities. Select your organization to populate the editors and viewers. Editors will be able to make changes on the project and generate reports. Viewers will have visibility of the project and can download reports. You can allow the entire organization to see this project or whitelist people individually. Newly created projects are automatically set to the free tier with limited functionality. Global settings will apply to the entire project and can be set here. You can quickly email project stakeholders and grant access for this project through the transfer tool. This includes inviting people outside of your organization to view this project. Let's start editing the project through the location builder. Starting with an underground electric system, let's create a transformer with a load point. Each location is defined by its properties. Any location property conflicts can be resolved later after running calculations. Loads for meters should be in kilovolt amps. Adding new equipment will automatically increment location numbers. By hand, you can use any string instead of a location number. Add connections by defining a source side device and a load side device. Notice that each equipment updates with their corresponding source side device and connector. Here are the cable properties, and conduit properties are set in the conduit trace. Underground connections rely on a conduit trace of bends and straights. Input a conduit trace from source to load, keeping in mind of clockwise and counterclockwise bends. The web app calculator will use these bends and straights to automatically calculate length quantities and pulling tensions. You can edit each conduit section inline and use drag and drop to edit. We can also add overhead equipment. First, add a base pole, then add sub-equipment attached to that pole. Each sub-equipment will have their own location number and will be referenced relative to their base location. I'll add another pole and a primary level on each. You can create span connections between the appropriate sub-equipment on each pole. You can also graphically add and connect equipment. You can still review locations and have the map open at the same time. Enter an address to move to that location. You can pan and adjust the zoom on the map. Let's move the equipment we have already created. Abstract connections are visualized with blue lines, and black lines are conduits and point from source to load. We can select connections and select equipment to move them. In the map, you can place new equipment. When graphically connecting equipment, first select the load side device, then the source. Poles can be constructed visually in the Pole Connection Manager. You can view a single subject pole and the equipment on it. Select adjacent locations to see spans from the subject pole, and we can add equipment to the center pole. We can dynamically connect equipment with jumpers. We can move along a pole line to build and connect those poles. Let's save this as a baseline for the project. Each project will have a list of saved project instances. You can load and resume editing from any saved point. We recommend using faces to categorize them. Each instance can be calculated individually and has their own location map. The location map shows all primary connections at the top, then service maps for each transformer. Click Run to start the server-side calculations, and refresh the page to see if the calculations are done. Now the location map shows all loading and voltage calculations. The calculator reports include an error log, voltage calculations, and polling calculations. The error report shows automatically flagged errors for review. The voltage drop shows each transformer's loading information. The drop and flicker at each point is summed, and length quantities are automatically calculated with slack. Pole calculations show each conduit's pulling tensions and other critical information in a pass-fail table. For unlimited instances and advanced conduit routing, you can upgrade out of the free tier. Alternatively, you can use their requests for proposals to find a designer to take over from here. With a paid project, you will unlock the saving limit and enable alignments in the location builder. To use these, open the map and navigate to the Alignment tab. Using OpenStreetMap data, we can load approximate road center lines. Use the selection tool to highlight your intended centerline from this data. Create a new alignment to give it a width and a conduit offset. You can append more lines to an existing alignment using the selection tool. View an alignment by selecting it in the Alignment tab or clicking it on the map. You can add, remove, and modify any node of the center line. Each alignment point can be individually modified with dynamic widths and conduit offsets. The width in the map dynamically updates as well. Equipment can be aligned relative to any node with a specified offset and rotation. Alternatively, you can auto-align equipment to the center line, creating a new alignment point in the process. Update the equipment coordinates to these new locations, then save changes to finalize. Manual conduit traces will take precedent over generated ones. Keep manual traces to lock in routes, or clear them to create new traces from the alignment. With a paid project and alignments created, we can now generate a new total plot report. This plot shows all equipment and all conduit routes. The server algorithmically balances the lengths in and out of the right-of-way and minimizes the total sweep of the conduits, returning the best conduit route found. The pulling calculations also show a snippet of the conduit trace. In the location builder, you can import in the generated trace and modify it by hand for future versions. This also locks in the trace and will not be regenerated on future calculations. The web app also supports a design brokerage. Design firms can register themselves on the website and enable sponsors to request quotes and proposals from them. To start, you will need a single project instance to send to the design firms. The sponsor can send free projects to get quotes, and the design firm can upgrade the project themselves. The design firms can view this instance to prepare a quote for the project. Set a deadline for the proposal, some contact information, and a comment. Select some organizations to send the RFP to, and finally click Request Quotes. On a refresh, you will see your proposal is sent out. As a registered organization on this web app, you can opt in to receive requests for proposals by workstream. Open and closed RFPs will be listed on the organization page. The project displays locations on the map and lists all quantities for the project below. Create a price profile by setting prices per item in the list. Each equipment can be broken down by their properties and priced individually according to each. If the project is calculated, you can also quantify cables and conduits. You can use the optional high price field to create a pricing range. A summary of the price profile displays at the bottom of the page. To complete the RFP, write in a response and click Send. Before submitting, we'll have one more chance to review and optionally save the price profile to your account. Saving to the organization, other members can use this price profile on other projects. Saving to your account, only you will be able to use it. When responses are returned, you can view the price profile in the Request for Proposals menu. To accept, create a transfer code to transfer designer and editor roles to the new organization. The manager can use the code to review and to select the organization to receive the project. And you can finalize by accepting the transfer in the user transfers. Now the organization is the designer and manager for the project, and you will remain as the sponsor. From the organization page, the manager can send invoices to any project with the sponsor. These invoices use the Stripe payment platform and incur a service fee. Open invoices can be seen on the project page. The sponsor can open these invoices and pay them on site.